Now, what can a year do in sport? If you are Shohei Ohtani, it can earn you a $700 million contract. If you are Lionel Messi, you can win the World Cup and the Ballon d'Or. If you are Imran Khan, you can come out of retirement and win a World Cup. But these are incredible success stories. If everything works out, a year in any sport can make you a true hero. But a little role reversal, if the results go against you, you lose games and are on the verge of getting knocked out of a tournament. The same year can seem long, tedious, and never-ending, and can really make you feel rather helpless. Igor Stimac, coach of the Indian football team, is feeling all of that just about now. A year before, the guy was lauded for his achievements. It was a different mood, a different vibe for Igor Stimac. He was hailed for victories that India registered against tough teams like Lebanon, Kuwait, and the Kyrgyz Republic. Also for winning 3 international tournaments that included the SAF Cup, leading to India's football ranking improving to under 100. But it's a new year, and unfortunately, it's a different vibe for Stimac. Reason? A 0-0 away draw and a 1-2 defeat at home against underdogs, supposedly Afghanistan, a side that India was supposed to trounce, all in a span of just 4 days. It started with fans fuming over the loss. They started chanting and yelling Stimac out as soon as the home game, in fact, wrapped up, even urging the All India Football Federation to sack Stimac. Even as the football team travelled post that, Stimac was rustling up all the hate. We know a team is as good as its players, but it's just Stimac and his big promises that seem to have caught India's fans in a bit of a rage. Fans are very passionate and vocal, so nothing out of the box here. When you're supporting your team, an outburst is likely to follow when results aren't going your way. But the matter has now escalated further. It's not just about the fans and what they feel, and some of them you, of course. And it is not just about the All India Football Federation or the AIFF either. The Sports Ministry and the Sports Authority of India, or the SAI, are demanding answers. There is a general impatience now that has set in. And there are many reasons that are irking the establishments. One big reason is Stimac's fat paycheck. You see, 2 years ago, Stimac's salary was funded by both the SAI and the AIFF. Currently, though, Stimac draws about $30,000 a month, and his salary is being paid by the AIFF. The recent failures have triggered the top bosses at SAI, who feel that their investment into this vision, when they were also contributing to the salary into Stimac and AIFF's vision, has not really paid off. So they have initiated a round of talks, and reports suggest that they intend to sit down for further discussions over what to do with Stimac, and more importantly, what is the road ahead for Indian football. So clearly, Igor Stimac's job is on the line.
It's about the money we spend on the Indian football team as part of the ACTC program, close to rupees 50 crore annually. If the government is spending so much on a national team and the performances aren't coming, then obviously the blame has to be shared equally by the coach and the federation. We can simply stop funding the team for exposure trips and international assignments. AIFF has to submit a detailed future plan on how it plans to improve things.
SAI cannot fire him, but if failures continue like this, AIFF too will have no other choice but to sack him. It's not just the ministry that is unhappy with Stimac. Even the technical committee has expressed their displeasure with the coach. It is believed that in a meeting yesterday, the committee has expressed their unhappiness at the way Stimac has gone about his business. Clearly, he has ruffled some feathers here. Despite the defeat against Afghanistan, Stimac, though, continued to stay defiant and was confident of India's World Cup chances and a turnaround. But if the Indian team couldn't win against a lower-ranked side like Afghanistan, we wonder, will they be able to beat sides like Kuwait and, more importantly, Qatar? Qatar, who are the Asian champions, one of the most dominant sides in Asia. And don't get me wrong, impossible is nothing. But given the tension and the lack of confidence that the Indian team could be experiencing post this, it will be difficult to produce such a turnaround result. India next plays Kuwait on 6th of June at home, and an away leg game against Qatar on the 11th of the same month. If India wants to qualify for the next round, the upcoming games will be rather important. But does Stimac have time till then? The tensions building up in the Indian football circuit might see the exit of Stimac even earlier. But there is, of course, a bit of hitch there as well. Can AIFF execute this financially? I'll explain. If Stimac is fired immediately, India will be without a coach for their upcoming games. And it isn't just that. Stimac's contract runs through till 2026. And if the contract is terminated before that, AIFF will have to pay a severance package, an amount anywhere close to $0.7 million. Given the stress is all about the financial investments, Stimac's salary and the investments done by SIA, is AIFF in a position to bear the burden of such a heavy payout? It all boils down to doing what's best for Indian football, of course. SAI and AIFF too have a decision to make, and maybe taking the biggest player in the side here for talks, Captain Sunil Chhetri, could throw some light to help them make a clear decision that will benefit Indian football. If the coach stays despite the poor results, it could impact the growth of the sport in the country. If he's let go, a financial burden might strike AIFF. And if he stays and produces the results, it's a win-win for all. But that would only be visible after 3 months when India faces Kuwait and Qatar. Does Indian football and the authorities involved have the patience to run this phase through and see what's ahead?